Welcome to AltJake Takes On. Hello again, everybody. We are back. I am AltJake. You're listening to AltJake Takes On, episode number 42, with my buddy George, as always. How you doing today, my friend?
Good morning to you. How are you?
Good morrow. I'm good. Although I keep seeing the more of these WWE like well-produced things for Cena's last match, they keep showing highlights that like they're showing older ones now. Like they'd kind of gone through all like the bigger ones. Now they're showing some of the smaller ones in it where you're like, oh, I remember that. I was a kid when that happened. Yeah, it's a lot.
Interesting couple days. Interesting.
Yeah,
week.
they're really hammering it home, which I mean it makes sense, but I'm good, but I've seen a couple of those where I'm just like, geez, with the music in them, they're so well done too. And everybody I keep seeing is reposting those, and yeah, it's gonna be a heck of a weekend coming up here.
For those wondering, I said good morning for a reason. And only got it. So
yeah. Hey, Yeah, we got some. Nobody needs to know about our timings of it. The episodes post when they post. I usually try to post them either during or like right after SmackDown, so people are still in the wrestling mindset on Fridays when we record on Fridays.
So I was gonna open with a couple Hogan stories, but obviously when they can wait, so we're gonna, Cena's the talk of the town right now.
I was gonna say,
join in with that fun.
Yeah, we can. This will be kind of dedicated to Cena. We'll kind of go through the week and then we'll end it. Yeah, mostly talking about him with them. It's one of those things that we've known it's been coming, but it really it's hammered home now officially.
It happened fast.
It's so crazy how that always works. But I mean, that's life though. You're like, that's like it's 2025 and it's all of a sudden halfway through December. Wait, what? Jesus.
You would think the winter months would take longer, yet it didn't seem this way.
I mean, I feel like they might for people with bad weather. Like December. I look forward to the winter,
dude.
Yeah,
wow.
November really burned through for me. I feel like it was like the beginning of November, and then it was Thanksgiving. But December did too. I had a lot going on this month. A lot of stuff I was taking care of. But yeah, no, it's been quick with it. But hey, we'll get into Raw and we'll kind of move through it and NXT because they you're right. They set everything up for Cena's last match, which is why they let up the show with Gunther, which is great. I mean, it's one of those things that John Cena, let's be real, whether you love him or hate him or whatever with it, everybody realizes that like he put the time and effort in and entertained us all for decades. Like he earned this and it's fun.
Yep.
Now, it does kind of take away from some of these other shows that like the ones before it, like this one, and then I saw like tonight they're in, and for SmackDown they're in like Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, but then like they're selling 12,000 tickets, but for Saturday night's main event they've sold over 19,000 already.
Back in that place, boy.
Yeah, the last number I saw, they were at 19,100 and change, and the total numbers of seats on the map total was 19,300. Like there's not going to be, there'll be a little Titantron. I don't think we can call it a Tron. Like it'll be small, but it makes sense. I mean,
portable TV in the background.
It's just, I was thinking that, remember when they used to do that? What was that with the pay-per-views with like it was like the Boiler Room Brawl when they like wheeled out like your TV from a substitute teacher when you're bringing in a movie with the TV stands like in high school. Oh man. Yeah. At least be a little better than that, but not too much. But Gunther comes out and cuts his promo and says basically he's going to make John quit, which, Cena's never quit. And I think that would be an adequate, not adequate. I think it would be an appropriate ending. I really do think. I'm not sure at this point what they're going to do, but I still feel like
I'm saving my prediction for later.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's good for Gunther to cut his promo.
I know what I'm thinking, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't yet, really. I'm still kind of we'll see how I actually say it.
I don't want to see Cena lose. I'm sorry. I don't.
I get it. No, I get that.
I'm not going to sit with this. I'm not going to sit with this crappy ass ride with The Rock and Travis Scott and all that crap, and then have him lose at the end. No way, man. I don't want to see that.
No way. No, you're and that's kind of where I'm torn with it because I was all on it like 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. I was like, "Yep, Gunther," and Cena taps out or finally gives up or chokes out, and now it's tomorrow, and I'm like, I don't think that's what I want. Yeah, that's why I was. That's why I
doesn't need. He's going on. He's going to keep going. He's no problem. It doesn't matter. And to say, if you have to say, I lost to John Cena in his last match. That's a positive on your resume, is it not?
Right? Seriously. Yeah, and took him to the limit or whatever you want to say. And Gunther will be able to play it off with it. he used his last gasp to beat me or whatever with it. It was good though. I like the promo. It was a good way to start up the show and really did set the tone that it's like, yeah, this isn't Cena's last Raw, but this is because there aren't any other pay-per-views or PLEs until the Royal Rumble. So that's what this is essentially. Like this is really where they're going with it. Like this is
full concentration mode.
Yeah, no, they're putting all the effort into it, which makes perfect sense. And that's why the very next thing you saw was Obafemi in the crowd to remind you that he's the NXT champ. I like how he still had Ricky Saints side plates on it because it was that
fresh win.
Yeah, because I mean that was Saturday night, and yeah, this was Monday evening, and then I saw on NXT he got it changed back to his. But no, this is perfect because they're reminding you what is happening on the rest of the show because we all are watching for Cena's last match, but I mean, we're going to at least watch the show, you know.
I've seen some interesting takes on this whole thing with the NXT folks, by the way.
Yeah, and we can get, and we'll get into that at the end.
Weird to me that people are like, hey, the whole match the whole 2-hour special should be Cena. No, it shouldn't.
Right, like or you're either getting that or it's like all the NXT talent should go over and like squash people. Like nobody's. Oh, the IWC.
Someone wrote that it should be all, like a tribute show type thing. And I wrote back, I go on Twitter, I said, listen, Cena wants to give back to WWE. So in order for him to give back, he highlights the NXT folks, and that's his way of giving back. It's his idea. He knows what he's doing.
Right. And they've been so big on this whole like thank you for the house thing. You know what I mean? Like that they've all been saying it more recently. We all know what the phrase is. It's thanking the main event guys, but like this is Cena when they thank him for the house, he can be like, thank you for the future. You know what I mean? That seems like a Cena thing he'd want to do and say and be a part of. And so this makes perfect sense of like, yeah, it's my event. It's all about me at the end. It's my last moment, but it's also that we can have these big we can show off the next. I mean, and that's why the talent is who it is, which makes
he can't do an interview to save his life, but he can show what he wants to do by doing this. I mean, he can't explain it at all because he suck. But
the thing is, he can in his way of him doing it. Like he's just a robot now. Like he's just come full on AI robot. He just doesn't say anything wrong. He gives half an answer, but. Like I said, he and Tony went to the same school of answering, but he knows actually how to use it. Like where you thank them for asking the question and then you turn it around and start to kind of answer, but then go way left and come back around and go somewhere else. Tony just gets lost in the weeds and repeats himself. Cena, you get lost and he kind of speaks in like his hypnotic tone. Like it's
but then his actions speak for his words.
Yeah, though. No,
I mean, this whole thing is him, and we all know that. And that's why he does it. I mean,
but I'm excited for the show with it. I was glad they had Oba. Javon was on there later. I couldn't find a picture of that online anywhere though. But then they had Rhea and Io. I love how they call them Riho or Rio or whatever they're calling it. This is starting
to get on my nerves.
Well, I mean, they've got to end.
I know
they've got to end.
Get on my nerves.
This is all building to an end at some point. I feel like with it, but
it'll be soon. I'm getting sick of it.
I get you. I mean, I feel like the Kabuki Warriors kind of need to keep the tag titles. I don't really know where it's going either, though. But I mean, there was parts of it it was
I'd like to see Rhea on her own, dude. I'm sorry.
I fully agree with that.
This is happening the exact same way that Jade and Bianca Belair went. I want to see Bianca by herself, not with Jade. I like to see Rhea by herself, not with Io.
I'm fully with you. I think where they get kind of tied up, especially for people that are such super high on Triple H's list. Like if Rhea's not in this, she's got to be in the main title mix, and you got to give some other people some time with it. But how long? You know what I mean? And we're getting close to Royal Rumble season, so I feel like this is kind of their biding time until Rumble season with this stuff is kind of where I go with it. But I mean, it was fine. Io got the win, like great, like it was fine. But
yeah, she killed Kairi Sane with this move right here. She didn't get any height on it. You can see it from
I was gonna say this picture shows, she didn't quite get
she nailed her.
It was the knees and the gut salt. Yeah, no, you can see it from this picture. She didn't quite get the oomph that she needed to. Then we had the Vision backstage. This is the segment that I really enjoyed where, like Logan Paul kind of trying to be bossing around, but Heyman just kind of telling the Bronze, like, just let him go. It's fine. I'll handle him. It's okay. And then gives him these brass ducks. I mean, I don't think Logan Paul needs to be like the new Seth Rollins, but I like this little stuff with him. I mean, eventually I feel like they're going to kick him out and murk him, but at least for now, it's fun. I like this.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
I don't like him as a character. I like him as a person. I think as a person, he's kind of a dick, but
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why
that transfers over nicely.
Yeah, no, and that's where I remember when he first showed up with the Miz trying to be a baby face, and it was just like, no, it's not gonna. You gotta be a heel. Like, you're not gonna face the Miz. You team with the Miz. You be a heel. Like, he's a natural heel. And then they had you had Rey Mysterio coming out and Logan beating him up. Like, it was supposed to be Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor. That was exciting. Okay. I don't have a reason for that match, but I'm excited to watch it. That sounds fun. Oh, Logan Paul.
Yeah, they didn't have a reason for the match either.
Yeah, no, which made sense because I was kind of warning him, like, that seems like a decently named match out of, pretty random, but it made sense, for Logan to attack, and then Ray gets the comeback and starts to fight back, and our boy shows back up. This is the picture that everybody's saying it's different from the other one. And I'm like,
it is. They're all different. They're all different.
That's and that's why it works so well with it, of how it works. But even so, like, the camera angles, they make sure they don't take the exact same side one. One was up. Was it the Survivor Series one was from from outside the cage. You got this one here. It's perfect. No, I love it.
This dude's much bigger.
No, and that's where I'm still very, I hope that they cover a lot of this in Unreal, because I'm very curious as to what happened here, or have they kept the same path they were going, or have they changed it, or are they purposely screwing with people? Maybe there are two different masked men, like maybe it's a masked duo. We don't know. But this made a lot of sense, and they start to beat down Ray, and then LA Knight comes out and starts screaming at Logan Paul and challenges him to the main event, and we'll get to that in a bit of what happened there, but it was fun. It was like, all right, this seems cool. Now we see as we get to the end of the show as to why it happened, but it was fun.
They were moving. They were moving right along.
Yeah, and that's right. No, and
with every commercial for John Cena's final match in between,
and then covering little parts of and because they hadn't released the Tom Rinaldi interview on YouTube yet, so they kept releasing bits of it. What we didn't realize were all those little bits were like the best things he said, because he just doesn't.
I watched it.
I did too.
I gotta admit, I like Tom Rinaldi normally, but this wasn't
the whole thing. Okay, so I kind of figured out. I want to say like the third or fourth question in, I'm like, this is scripted, like on both sides of it. Like, Rinaldi's good at what he does, but it just felt scripted to me completely. I even said it when I was on Toonie Talk Wrestling on Tuesday with Just an Awful. That one felt completely scripted. Like, they planned the whole thing out so they could get said what they wanted to say and get the right sound bites. And I mean, that's fine, but
it wasn't.
I was hoping for more.
It was not good.
No, it really wasn't. It was not. Oh, and then they showed that The Rock was nominated for a Golden Globe for the Smashing Machine that nobody saw.
Exactly.
Right, but here's the thing: everyone's like, "Oh, Rock's gonna come back and do something." I'm like, he's gonna be skinny for a while. I feel like Rock's not coming back that skinny. He was never in the best of physical shape because of his abdominal issue or whatever, where he didn't have abs, but he's not coming back to wrestle looking like that, even in Saudi.
It's not good. It's not good for your body either,
right?
Especially at his age.
Right.
If you try putting on that kind of muscle again, no way.
Right. And oh God, the stress on the joints and the leg. No, yeah. And he doesn't need it. He doesn't need he's fine being an ambassador. He can cut promos.
I'm thinking more of the heart, the internal organs on that kind of rebuild.
No, you're right. No, all of it. All of the above. And then we had the tag match, which was fun. I mean, good to see the War Raiders back. They're fun. They're hard hitting. This move here where he threw him onto him, I was like, Jesus. Like, AJ Styles taking a hit for his old age there.
Not a fan of this one.
I mean, it was fine.
The War Raiders are, they're there. They're there, and then they're not there for 6 months. Then they're there again. I don't understand why they didn't. Yeah.
I don't know why they went away the other time.
It's a weird thing
they creative for them. Yeah, they were both injured for a while, but then they came back, and I thought it was I didn't know if maybe it was the creative or what. But also, the tag team divisions, all of it, they're decent, but nothing is that special, Dragon Lee and AJ Styles, it's good for AJ to have a tag title, but anybody really care?
They're trying.
No, and that's where
just a
yeah, no, they're definitely trying, and that's where the Usos then come out, and you have you know, the Usos saying they want, or the New Day saying they want a tag title shot. The Usos say, and I mean, the Usos and the New Day are, you know, the two biggest, their most decorated tag teams in WWE. Now, I think this is like a red herring in the sense that this is going to be what ends up turning Jay heel, because Jimmy cut that promo of talking about all the L's that Jay took, and he did not look too happy about that. I feel like that's turning to that, because we've been saying it for a while. Jay Uso needs some sort of turn of something. And I think that's
what they
it.
decided to do. But you got like New Day and the Usos. What about 50 years of experience?
Yeah. And I was going to say they've wrestled each other like 50 times at least.
Yeah,
But I think that's why that they're doing this, to make us think they're going that way. And I still think Jay's going to have that turn. I don't know. We'll see.
Do people want to see that though? My question, I guess.
I mean, that's where I don't know what the people want to see, because in the crowd, like, there's still that yeeting and the people like it, but
yeah,
I feel like
now it's just the kids at this point. It's just the young kids and young adults that are doing it. All the older people have stopped pretty much. And
I mean, and I will say, when you do see it in person and you're there with it, it is fun, but it does have a shelf life. And I feel like that's where it would be good to have him turn before they've turned from yeeting to boo yeeting. You know, like, I just feel like that's where, but we'll see. I just kind of felt like with Jimmy's promo was like, you know, all the L's that he was taking, he said like named like 3 or 4, and like there was one point where Jay kind of looked at him like, man, why you gotta be hurting me like that? So
yeah,
we'll see.
They're twins. Okay.
Right. Yeah, we'll see. And that's where they can break up. It doesn't have to be forever. It'll be fine. And then we had Stephanie Vaquer come out and looking, you know, wonderful with Jackie Redmond. I was glad they did this in person, just because, I mean, look at these two. Jesus.
Yeah, one's wearing 95-inch heels.
Well, yeah, that's but I mean, she usually interviews people on the ice, so she's got to wear
behind the boards anyway.
Yeah. I mean, but they're on skates, so they're
coaches.
Even taller.
She's always she's always in the middle, which is a gutsy place to be. Reporter for the game sometimes. And she's between the benches. And I'm like, that's a gutsy move.
That's a hell of a spot. No, I know what you mean. And then Nikki comes out, and literally I'm like, oh, what is this? Oh, that's why she came out to talk crap, which was great. This was fine. Like, she came out and was cut a great heel or the start of a great heel promo, acting like she's gonna be like, I'm not out of this. I'm still fighting. Blah 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 blah. And no, this is a better feud. This is somebody that Stephanie can beat and have, you know, a good match with, but it doesn't need to be on a PLE either. That makes a lot of sense. Like, this can be on a Raw. Perfect.
I just thought of this now, and I get the strange feeling they're going to start giving Raquel a little more push.
I think so. And I think having a good match with the champion and losing,
I think maybe beating the champion is an awesome thing to do.
I mean, well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that could be.
It's a gutsy call here. I'm calling it right now.
I like it. No, I mean, I wouldn't.
No, I noticed, like, if you noticed in the last couple of weeks, her makeup she looks good. Like, before, with the issue she was having, she couldn't wear makeup.
Right.
And now she's able to wear it again. And she looks really good. And they're starting to feature her more in the backstage stuff. I just picked up on it. I'm like, oh, maybe they'll give her, a short-term victory here for her work. She's been working.
Yeah, no, and it could be, and it also could be something too, where maybe if Liv breaks off, she goes with her and stand for whatever they do with it. You never know what they're going to do with the Judgment Day. There's a lot of options, but no, Raquel's done great ever since she's come back from that skin, whatever the hell it was. Like, she didn't even nobody really knew what it was. She just kept having blotches and stuff. That was crazy. And then they went to the Judgment Day locker room and kind of showed that. That Liv and Roxanne might team up if Raquel wins the title and that kind of stuff, which I still think Liv is gonna beat up, but I don't know.
Yeah, but this seems we're going that way, but the way they do things, it just seems like they're always teasing us.
Yeah, or like kind of say, and then the match was Roxanne and Lyra, which was mostly to have Liv on the sidelines and help Roxanne and put Roxanne over. I was during even this point, I'm like, is Liv gonna turn on her now? Is she gonna smack her now? Is she gonna be? I'm not sure where this is going. Now, that's intriguing. I like that. I just have no clue where it's going. but I'm intrigued by it.
They just did the match to get to the questions at the end. So
right, and that's what's good.
Nothing for me.
Yeah, and that's what's good for Judge. And it didn't go too long. And it didn't need to go like three commercial breaks or 18 minutes. It was like 10, which is perfect, especially when you have this main event coming up of Logan Paul and LA Knight, which I mean, it wasn't the greatest Raw. It was obviously building towards the Cena Saturday night's main event, but I mean, this is a good main event. I wouldn't be opposed to this if I was there in public. This is pretty cool.
It was a good ending.
Plus, and you kind of knew what was going to happen. I mean, like they were going to have a fun match. They were going to beat each other up, and Heyman was going to do Heyman stuff. And no, they had these great. I mean, you got LA Knight getting there, and then Logan Paul getting there, and then LA Knight getting speared. It's just like you were waiting for it. But the Vision
I wasn't
came
expecting the ending the way we got it though.
No, that's where they come in, they spear him, and they hit him with the tsunami, and he's getting taken out, and he's doing the what is it, Stan's dad from like Randy Marsh from South Park. I didn't hear no bell. And talking shit. And Logan Paul and Bronson Reed destroyed him. Like they did pretty much almost what happened to Ricochet in the parking lot with Braun Breaker back when Ricochet left the WWE. I don't think that's what's happening. I've seen a lot of speculation that that's what it is. I do think LA Knight needs a massive retooling, like go away, come back at the Royal Rumble. You can still be LA Knight, but don't just be this same guy that you were. I mean, he's still doing what he did in NXT, basically exactly, which is what he did as Eli Drake in NWA, which is a good base, but you've got to move beyond that. And that's.
Yeah, they beat his ass down all the way back to the car.
No, the car thing, like this being the last shot. Yeah.
I'm like, they're really beating him up pretty good here. It's just sending some kind of message. And then they got to the car, and I'm like, they're not going to do this. And they did it. And they squished the hood. Right. They squished the hood. You can see it squished down.
Totally. No, I was in the same boat. I was like, who's going to stop this? Somebody's going to. And then he starts going, and I always count it to season 1 of Game of Thrones. If you've ever seen it, and the next to last episode, everybody knows the spoiler right now. By now is Sean Bean, the main character, gets killed off in the penultimate episode of the first season. I remember watching you with my best friend at the time. We're watching the show, and it's coming to the point, and I only pause it. I'm like, no one's gonna save him. I don't think. Like you keep thinking someone's gonna save, and they didn't. And that's what happened to LA Knight, and that's good. He could use a bit of retooling. He's also he's one of the most had the most in the top 5, I think, most matches in the company this year. He's wrestled a bunch. I think he just needs a break.
This is a good way to do it. This couldn't have felt good for anyone.
No, yeah,
I watched it again. I watched it back, and I'm like, even if you miss, it still hurts. It doesn't matter how you do it.
You can't really gimmick. I mean, I guess you could cut out the top and put a pad under there, maybe, but still, you're getting it. It's not like you're not really gimmicking that. Yeah, exactly. Like the end. Maybe that's how they're taking him off TV. I mean, obviously, if he comes back out on Monday or whatever, it'll be what's the point?
No, he won't.
Exactly. Which, well, if it was AEW, he would. He'd have been until he really goes to the hospital. But
like Logan Paul said in that one, the interview I saw him on, he said that the stuff hurts. It all hurts.
Yeah.
When he got into the ring, he expected it to be all puffy and
I heard that. Yeah.
Trampoline and stuff. None of that was true. He said everything hurts. You just got to take whatever kind of pain you got. And
I think it was when I was with the Toonie Town guys. I think they played it because I wouldn't normally watch anything with Logan. Yeah, he was like, when do they put the trampoline one in? When does the bouncy one come in?
I went back and
watched it. It's got some give.
Good.
I mean, it's got some give. Yeah, but it's not bouncy. There's wood slats there. Sorry, bud. It's when did I thought? I mean, hey, and that he also he put over. Because that was when they were talking about the Travis Scott thing. Yeah, it was when I was on Toonie Talk on Tuesday. And that's where I saw the clip where he talked about how Bad Bunny busted his ass and made this thing and wanted to do it. And Travis Scott probably realized that, I have to take real bumps on wood. That sounds painful, and didn't.
Yeah, you can't blame him.
No, not at all.
If that's the case, you can't blame him.
No, no, especially with he's got to tour and do his stuff. And yeah, no, that's why Bad Bunny set the new precedent. You can't just be a celebrity Snooki or Marina Menounos doing a few different random spots and looking, or was it Hugh Jackman throwing the punch? You got to have more. And that's why Logan Paul has moved from celebrity wrestler to wrestler. He's just a star. He's a douchebag.
Yeah, we're still going to get the other ones, but that's fine.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like you're going to get your Post Malone dude, whatever. It's
fine. Oh yeah, Jelly Roll.
Well, Jelly Roll did his work, though.
He did his work, but that's my point. Like they made him do his work. Like he put in the effort for it, which was great.
But he wanted all that. He lost all that weight to do it. So yeah,
and was willing to lose the match. All celebrities win. That was my favorite thing about it. He's like, no, I want to lose. Hey, that's somebody who gets the business. I appreciate that. And then NXT was also very Cena specific. They put in a lot of the Cena highlights and stuff on that too. And it started with Oba Femi talking about beating Ricky Saints, but also talking about taking on Cody on Saturday, which, I mean, as I've talked about ad nauseum, whether on our shows or on Toonie Talk, about Cody's the perfect person for Oba to wrestle. He's going to make him look like $1 million and still get the win logically, and it's all going to make sense. And Oba's going to look like a star and then stay on NXT for another year before, I mean, maybe he'll be on Mania. It's in Saudi, but I don't know. Maybe
I don't know what they're going to do with him. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see though, because he knows what he's doing. Obviously, I've just really picked up on things quick.
He has. No, he's great. He's one of those guys, like, you can't put him in. Like, I mean, I guess you could give him the IC title, the US title for a long time and run with that like they did with Gunther. But other than that, you've got to put him as the main event scene, because look at him. And he's great. His promos are getting better with it. He's got confidence. I mean, that his little strut, it's goofy, but you tell him it looks silly.
I have a feeling when they bring him up, he's going to lose the accent.
He might. I mean, he literally is, like, he's legitimately from Nigeria, so at least it works with him.
Not that way.
I get you.
He talks normal. I mean, we've all heard him talk. I mean,
yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
I'm just thinking when he gets to the main roster, no one wants to hear that.
And what I would say, and if that is the plan, then I would say do something in NXT where he goes away for a bit, and when he comes back, he doesn't have it. You know what I mean? Like, use NXT for that.
Maybe
since they don't have like house shows and stuff anymore. Like, it's just, I get scared of the main roster swallowing people whole still. Like, it doesn't happen as much anymore. And even we saw Carmelo Hayes is like finally getting away from that, but it just, I get concerned. I like to see these. I want to see these guys be successful. And it's not like NXT is just a random show on the network anymore. Like, the CW put some effort behind it. They're promoting it. I've been watching it on the CW app lately because it's just easier for me later on Tuesday or Wednesday morning. And it's the first thing on top there, like brand new episode of NXT. And it's they know. And then so Ricky comes out and says he wants his rematch. And then the surprise of the show was that Javon Evans came out. He's like, screw it. I want my, was it the New Year's Evil match? I want to have that now instead of on January 6th, which I was like, okay, they won't do that. But the moment Ricky was like, yeah, go ahead and do that, I'm behind you, I was like, oh shit, Ricky's turning heel. Like, just immediately.
It makes sense. If you're a guy and you want to you want your championship match back, let the other guy come in and fire the guy out.
Right. Or if exactly. Like, I don't, let it be through 100%. No, I like this though. This segment was fun. And I mean, like right now, these are your big three on NXT, I feel like, at this point, right? I mean,
no, Trick's still there officially. So
you're right. He is still there officially. Maybe he attacked somebody at Saturday Night's main event. I don't know. Until I see him on NXT again, I'm like, he's main roster bound. He's there. He's good. He's ready to. I just don't know what they do with him. And then exactly what we thought is that Tatum Paxley gets to still be crazy, but now she's a babyface. Exactly why they did the Izzy Dane stuff. It worked perfectly. She's cutting the same creepy, crappy promos, but she's a babyface now, and that's fine.
Good crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And like we always said, this is perfect for NXT. Just like Tony D's Mafia gimmick was great to kind of build him up, and then we'll see, he got rid of it and moved on. Then they showed the video package of like basically Kalani Jordan turning heel, which I still really am. So I'm very surprised by how well she's taken to this, because I saw when they first started of her with like choosing Team TNA, it was like, all right, we'll see. But she's done it. She really is a good heel now, and I buy her as a heel, which is awesome.
If you think about it, as a gymnast, you're very self-concerned, like you're very self-absorbent. Yeah. Like that's true. It's a team element, but it's individually based. So you're concerned about yourself more than anything else, and I can see.
And yeah, no, you're right. She's got that part of it to her where she can be she can be a heel and it works. I thought Jordynne Grace is going to win this match. Jordynne Grace keeps losing. she lost a lot in this. It's come over. I'm not sure. I don't know what the plan is there. I mean, maybe she'll turn heel. I don't know. I
don't know what they're doing. We'll see. We shall see.
Right? Yeah, no. Now for somebody we do know, we know what they're doing with Blake Monroe. She's being a bitch to everybody, and I love it. Yeah. I mean, her vignettes are good, her promos are good. She comes out and talks shit, and the whole roster's like, oh yeah. I thought this was great. Everybody hates her. Everybody mad. I liked it. And then Thea Hale comes out from behind her, makes her tap, but it's not actually a match, which makes sense. I like that. But I really am all for Blake Monroe and being surrounded by everybody and everybody hating her. I like this. This works.
Even men's matches and stuff, when they do that whole tapping thing when there's no way around to it, I never like that, but I get why they do it, but it just makes no sense to me why. There's no governing body. There's no referee. There's no, you see it for visual, but that's it. I mean, the tap does nothing. And also, if you're given the move, you don't have to surrender to do nothing.
Yeah, no, I've always looked at it as like this is stupid babyface stuff where like, hey, I know there's no referee. I know this isn't a match. I'll tap hoping you're going to release because you're an idiot. And that's
the way to look at it. Yeah.
That's how I've always looked at it because I've always felt that way too of like, yeah, why would you release that until you hear a bell? Like, did you hear a bell? No, then keep the hold on, jackass. I've always thought about that. I hadn't thought about that in a while, but you're right. No, that's how I've always kind of and that's how I looked at it, watching it on NXT. No, that makes sense.
I never liked it, but now it makes some sense.
Right? Yeah, it's always that stupid babyface syndrome. It's always something in wrestling. There's always some babyface doing something silly. But then we had they come back and Lexis King's in the ring, which I think this is kind of a cool thing for him to be Shiloh Hill's first match. Like this was like, hey, we showing that they've got some belief in Lexis King, which I thought was pretty cool because I mean Shiloh Hill's obviously there's somebody they believe in. He's won season 2 of LFG. He's got
Undertaker's boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say they had the Undertaker promo or the Undertaker tweet at the beginning showing how much they also showed that like Cody was watching him and Triple H too. Like they clearly believe in this guy and it makes sense why. Look at him. He's a beast. And
okay, so he looks totally different sitting down at the desk than he does in the wrestling ring.
I did not realize he was that tall. I come out, I was like, oh, Jesus. When
you see him sitting at the computer, I'm looking at him like, well, he's a kind of a chubby individual. Like, he doesn't look very intimidating to me. He looks kind of fat. And then he comes out and I'm like,
you're like, oh,
dude.
Yeah.
Like there's not an ounce of body fat on him. He's 6'10" or whatever the frick he is.
He's a monster. No, yeah, and when you saw him interviewing with the girl beforehand, I didn't think too much of that either because they won't wear heels or they like stand weird, like they make them look bigger. But Lexis King is not a small dude, and this guy came out and towered over him and beat the crap out of him and did this move where he takes his tooth out, and that's his Kurt Angle. I'm taking the straps down because. From the moment he did that, he pretty much just murked him from that point on and got the win, which is what he needs to do. That's how he establishes himself. I thought that made a lot of sense. I like that.
So is Lexis King now just kind of going to be the guy?
Well, he's been doing more stuff he's the leader of the group that's been messing with TNA.
That's what they're doing with him.
Yeah, that's good. Which has been like, he's been heavily featured on like, what is it? They had basically the TNA version of the Intercontinental title. Stax Lorenzo was in the match on Thursday last week, or maybe it's this week. And because of Lexis King hitting the other guy with the hitting Steve Macklin with his cane, Stax won that title, and it was because of Lexis King. So he's being more featured on there, which is, I mean, that's a great way of doing it for him at this point because he's still growing. Like he's good, but he's not that great yet because he's still gonna figure out how to
see what they're going to do with him because once in a while I'll catch it where people think he's getting kind of squished.
I think he's probably okay with that because he's still
online
growing.
Folks and stuff like that.
Yeah, which is funny because the online folks are probably the reason that he was never pushed and done with anything more in AEW. And then Oba cut another promo in the back about the match coming. I mean, again, showing that he can do it in the ring, on the in the back, however he needs to. Probably my favorite segment on the show though was, shocker enough, Ethan Page coming out and cutting a great heel promo, being his douchey self, and then knowing that Tony D was coming up to behind him to pull the move, and just, eating it. It was great. I mean, it is great for Tony D here because, as we've said, what's Ethan Page great at? Getting people over. He's helped get over Javon, Trick, Joe Hendry, and now he's going to do it for Tony D's new character, which makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, but he doesn't need any help. He's already.
Yeah, no,
he's pretty. He got himself over pretty well with this whole Italian thing. And I think now I'm not sure what the actual new plan is here, though. I can't tell what they're doing officially with him. Like, he's wearing a different coat. And he has a beard, and his hair's back. Yeah. Okay,
and I don't know what that means, and he did the black cards on the paper and the PLE. I'm not quite sure either, but it's nice that it is something different because, I mean, I enjoyed the mob stuff, but it only ever is going to go so far, especially, like with Nunzio and all that. It was only ever going to go so far, which was fine.
Like we haven't established either if he's a heel or a babyface either.
No, we haven't, because he attacked Javon. Yeah, he attacked Javon Evans, who's a babyface, and Ethan Page, who's a heel, which they're adding intrigue. There's mystery. We don't have to rush it, and that's what it works out. And then I'm assuming that probably at New Year's Evil, it'll be a match between these two, and we'll start to see it come through this week or the next couple of weeks as it goes. I'm excited for him because I didn't like the D'Angelo family at the beginning. I thought it was cheesy, and then I fell in love with the cheese. It's funny how that works. It was cheese done well.
Yeah, but he always works well though. He works well in the ring, yes. which I picked up on when I first saw it too, because I was like, "Damn,
and that's what makes you. That's what made me give the stuff a chance. Or I'm like, okay, all right, I don't hate this because you're right. It was the work, kind of like Ren Sinclair here, because she's she's the NXT version of Chelsea Green. Like,
I got to buy into this, so I'm getting. Yeah, I'm not there yet. We'll see.
I get you. But I was surprised because there is a lot of fans that do like Ren Sinclair. I was surprised that she took on Sol Ruca, but we'll see. There's some people that start to think that Sol might need to turn heel because that's where her character needs some growth with, which I'm not opposed to. She's so damn over, so I don't know what they're gonna do. But Zarya didn't attack her, which I was kind of surprised by. I definitely thought she was going to. But we'll see what happens with it. But obviously, Sol was going to get the win here. Like, Ren's great and all, but she's Ren Sinclair.
I watched it. She's okay. She's not bad.
She's okay.
Sol Ruca's awesome, and I do feel the heel turn is in her favor.
I was going to say, when Zarya didn't do it here, and then they had the little thing where they, like, quote unquote, got back together in the parking lot, like, we're friends again. Yeah, just like with Ricky at the beginning of this, I'm like, oh, if Zarya didn't turn here, she's probably not the one who's going to turn, which
all I'm asking is when Zarya and Sol Ruca are in the ring and they hug, if Sol Ruca looks at the camera,
oh God,
and smiles and then turns a face on me, I'm quitting. I will be done with NXT if I see that. I'm done.
God damn it. Okay. Hopefully Sean won't do that. I feel like that's a Triple H thing. Sean's not. But I could see it happening just because, God damn it, they don't need to. No, don't. Yeah, they've Liv doing it made sense because it was a callback for Cena. We don't need it anymore. God, that's funny. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen, and we'll keep JC with the title. She'll keep her with the title. She's good. Because
this keeps me involved. This woman keeps me involved every week.
She's great. No, she's so good at this. She's such a good heel, and it was perfect timing because Ren's protege is Kendall Gray, who's facing JC at New Year's Evil, and this was perfect because they came out. JC talked a whole bunch of shit because she's so mean. I love it. She's so mean, and then they beat the crap out of him, which. 3-on-2, and I was waiting to see if somebody else would come out and stop them, but it makes sense not to, because why would anybody help her out?
Yeah,
like you said, yeah. And that's why
I got the strange feeling that they're never gonna turn JC babyface to keep this rolling.
I don't think so either.
She's too good at this.
Yeah, no, like I said, I think if they keep Sol babyface, or a big baby face beating her at Stand and Deliver would make sense. And then either you call her up, or if you don't, have her win the title back in the summer. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like,
she's not losing it. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think. Yeah, no. I guess Stand and Deliver for a little bit, but we'll say
nope.
She's great.
Happen. My girl's gonna keep this thing for a while.
No, well, Stand and Deliver is not till April, so that would be October to April.
Next year, Stand and Deliver.
Yeah. Next 2027.
Dude, I'm on this train until something bad happens, and I'm going with it.
I'm with you. I understand. No, we'll see what happens over the spring too, and how they work.
You have yourself to blame for this, not me.
Yeah, I like it. No blame. I am all for it. I love it. This is great. No, I think it was like our 3rd or 4th episode. I'm like, I'm gonna get you watching NXT, and now you're all about it. No, but then we had the main event, which this was fun. I was happy with all of this. Everything that happens in this was great. This was both talents looking great, having a great match. This is where there was a lot of kickouts in this match, but it worked. It was Javon fighting back and kicking out from just this giant beast of a man. Oba beat the snot out of him until the first commercial break, just the entire time. Like, it was like, why did you take him on for this? But that's how this has to work. That's professional wrestling. And then all of a sudden, Javon gets a comeback, and you're like, oh shit, I think he might be able to beat him. I always think of like, what is it, the Jim Cornette outtake from Dark Side of the Ring, where he talks about wrestling's just two guys out on the side of the road fighting, and you start rooting for the guys. Like, that's what Javon does, and it's great for him. Like, he's awesome at this. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, everything he was going to win. They almost went too many with those kickouts. They almost took me out of it, but
I'll give you that.
I was in it for the whole. No, I didn't come out of it. I stayed there. I was close to going.
No, the almost. No, I give you that almost, but that was where it was, because I felt like you're right. It was right on that line. But then also too, like when Javon got those moments, and then he hits the move there, and he gets to it, and then instead of it being Oba kicking out, it was Ricky Saints pulling out the referee, which. Perfect. Ricky needs to turn heel. I'm all for this. His character was fine as a babyface. I'm here. You guys are so happy I'm here, but he needed to turn heel. And then
it was adequate as a babyface at best.
Yeah,
he's a natural heel.
Yeah, he was. I think he was
smug attitude he carries, and you can tell it's an attitude smugly.
Yeah, for sure. And the only reason he ever worked as a babyface in AEW was because they'd stuck him against Jericho, and it's like, well, we're gonna cheer Rick. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell he was a young guy with talent, and you wanted to see him succeed there. But then Javon attacks him and goes back in, and Oba hits his power bomb. And that's the match. And Oba wins.
Does look devastating, by the way.
It's power is the key word in that. I mean, bomb too, though. I know he takes people down. He's the real deal. That's why I just say keep him on NXT for another 6 months to a year at least. He'll be fine. I
will show concern, because we've seen it with the older guys. These moves where they come down on their ass compresses their vertebrae a lot.
You are right. That's because remember Batista ended up changing it, because the Batista bomb used to be like that, and then he had started dropping more like on the inner thigh and stuff. I bet you Oba might have to change. You're probably right.
Because even Hogan's simple leg drop.
Yeah.
Was the reason why he was crippled, basically.
And it was the reason
this is going to be rough if he keeps doing this.
Hogan, when Hogan passed away, he was what, 6'1", 6'2", because his vertebrae had been compressed.
It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty. It was.
It wasn't 6'6".
No.
Yeah, no, that's like, he was a giant to us, and when he died, he was like my stepdad. Yeah, I was gonna say my stepdad 6'3". That's about it. Yeah, it's just 3, and then all from that, which a lot of people make fun of the leg drop as a finisher, but it was.
Even he said to Bubba the one time, he said, "I wish I would have came up with a different finisher, a simple hammer, a hammer spike throw, something." He said anything, but what I picked, it was the stupidest thing I ever did. But then once you commit to it, you got to do it.
Yeah,
he had to think about it. 306, for Hogan, 370 days a year he worked, and he did that move almost every night.
Yeah. No, you're right. Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's too bad for him.
Yeah.
No, it's too bad for him because with Shawn Michaels, remember he did the super kick and then the teardrop suplex, or whatever. And Pat Patterson's like, just do the super kick. It's too bad Hogan couldn't just done the big boot. He would have been a lot better off.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. But then we had this lookout where, possibly Oba and Ricky, or possibly Ricky and Javon. I'm not sure what they're going to do, because Ava said during the show that it was going to be the 4 guys from the Iron Survivor that didn't win were going to face off in a fatal 4-way, one fall to a finish, and that would be who faces Oba at New Year's Evil. So we'll see. I'm sure that match will get messed up by Ricky or someone. We'll see. But
that should be okay.
Yeah,
should roll. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering, but now, so that just makes a lot of title contenders for Oba, which is a good thing. I mean, that's good for wrestling, good for NXT, good for the company with it. But I just don't know what their plan is. It kind of puts them in a weird little bind. But I'm excited to see what happens with it.
Sean's very good at what he's doing.
Oh yeah,
I gotta give him credit because it's not easy.
No,
you don't have seasoned talent like Triple H does. You don't have people that understand the business. You have people that don't understand TV. You gotta teach all that and be very patient with it. Especially nowadays, you can't be like fucking Rip Rogers yelling at people, calling them a P-word
and calling them names. Oh yeah, I mean, you see it in all sports. They talk about it too. We're like, I mean, even in, down to any sport where people used to. I mean, even when I was played high school football, I got screamed at by my linebackers coach, names and stuff that there's no way they would have said even 10 years later. But this generation now, I mean, whether people call them soft or whatever, it's just evolved differently, and you can't treat them like that. And well, I guess that just leads us into the final of the show, which is going to be one last time. John Cena's final match at Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. in front of over 19,000 people. Good Lord.
I wonder if they're going to squeeze 20 into that sucker.
The thing I saw on WrestleTix said it was 19,300 was tickets that were like seats that were shown, but they do block off portions on those. There's probably some obstructive view tickets or something. I don't know.
Capitol Center is there? They're at the Capitol Center, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been there. It's a nice place, dude.
Yeah, no, it's a nice big arena. I mean, it should be. Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited. I'll be excited to see it, and I'm I'm betting, like we said, it'll be a very small. It'll be a very small set. It'll be a very small stage.
Tiny.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see too. I look at stupid things when I watch these shows. Like I have a feeling all these luxury boxes are going to be full, which normally would never happen for. Like when I went to events in Buffalo, we sat in the box because my friend's brother was rich, so we sat in the luxury boxes. We were like the only ones in the luxury box for wrestling. So
the company I used to work for, they had a luxury box at the basketball stand, and when they got tickets for wrestling, it was easy to get them. Nobody wanted them. Like the higher ups didn't care. I went like 3 different times and sat in the box for those. It was fun. That was the first time I ever could see AJ Styles live. Was at one of those when he went.
Yeah, there aren't many people. There aren't many folks up there for that. Yeah.
Nope. And most of the other boxes are empty because a lot of them are just corporate, where they just have them for the event no matter what, and they can sell it if they want to. But
so I'm going to watch. I'm going to take a peek at that tomorrow when we get the first view to see who's in the boxes. And
they're going to show. They'll probably have a drone going. They love to show when it's sold out. Yeah, no, I just said 19,107. I think is what it's sold right now, at least as of 8 hours ago per WrestleTix. But it should be a fun show.
Yeah, they'll give some weird figure when you.
Yeah,
19,520 we got, and I'm like, holy crap!
Right? Yeah. Well, if they add all the people that are working there, it'll be over. They'll probably say it's over 20.
I don't think they do that much anymore. From what I've been reading around, I don't think they add all the employees except for WrestleMania.
All right. I mean, I never. If the concession people, like, that's people in the building, I never minded that. But I mean, it's what it is. But the thing is, they're not gonna be any closed concession stands or closed restaurants. That place is gonna be open.
It's a big night.
It'll be a fun show. I mean, and we don't know we know Cena and Gunther are going on last. Apparently, there's been some speculation by people on that.
Who and
Brian
why?
Alvarez is the only person that
Why? Okay, let's just answer the simple question. The simplest question. I'm not going to blame anybody or pick on anybody. John Cena's last match. Is he the main event?
Yeah.
Yes. Done. That's it.
Right?
Why would he go first? Why would he go in the middle? It's the main event. That's what you're there for.
And they'll show Cena stuff in between all of the matches and before. Like, you don't need. I don't know.
There's a purpose to this whole thing. There's a purpose, and Cena's the mastermind behind the whole purpose. They're all exhibition matches for a reason. First of all, that's obvious.
Right? No storyline.
They're building. Right. They're building younger talents because Cena is giving back. Okay, this is his call.
Putting him on the big stage. Yeah,
he's going to have him in front of a lot of people. Not in and out of the building. It's going to be a huge event.
Yeah.
These people have never worked in front of a crowd that big before, most likely. I would think,
for
right?
sure.
Yeah. So he's giving them that chance. Then what they're doing is, if you're a WWE fan, most don't watch NXT probably. Some do, most don't.
Most don't. No,
Okay.
most don't. Most
So
don't.
now what you're doing also, you're giving the WWE main audience a chance to see the next people that are coming up to the roster.
Yep.
That's why all these people are there. They're going to show them off to the WWE casual fans that have no idea about
You nailed
NXT.
it with the casuals. Because how many casuals that like heard he was going to retire, looked in, saw some parts, but whereas this one, because this has been promoted all over Peacock, anytime NBC has had any major stuff.
Yeah, you made the point. You drilled it home for me. I didn't know it. They had 60,000 people in the ticket queue.
Ticket queue, yeah. The only tickets they've opened up is because they figured out other spots they can put them in. Yeah, there was. They broke the Ticketmaster ticket queue for this one. And because even if you were a wrestling fan, if you're my age, you're in your mid 40s, you were a wrestling fan in your late teens, early 20s, and got out of it by the time you were 30. John Cena was a big part of that still. And you're like, I would watch this last match.
Part of my son's childhood. Yeah.
How many people are just going to tune in on Peacock? Because almost everybody's got Peacock. It's not like it's a random one. It's an easy one.
No, they have football. They have NFL. So
they got football, and they've got everything for the English Premier League. Exactly. And they've got a few other things too, like racing or whatever they've got. They got a lot of different stuff. So it's just on there with it. How many more people are going to watch this one than any other one? This one also has a pre-show. Have they ever done a Saturday Night's Main Event pre-show?
No, I know they've been on NBC.
Exactly. And so it's a big, like they're making a big deal out of it. Oh yeah. It's going to be great.
I would be interested. I bet you there's some lag issues tomorrow.
Oh, for sure. For different. Oh, I'm sure.
It'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see because Peacock's never going to have this. Well, they had. No, this is it. This is their big one. Yeah.
I was going to say, this is going to be, I mean, they've had the Olympics or they've had whatever, but whatever they've got behind it, I feel like they're going to be smart enough to realize that to put everything behind this, because it's not just going to be like, a random basketball game on a Saturday night. Like this is going to be big. This is going to be massive. So
just to finish out my point real quick, whenever those people are watching they're getting ready for Cena, obviously. They know who Cody is, obviously. They don't know who Obafemi is. They want to know who is this dude? He's a huge monster. Who is he? They watch the match. They go, okay, Obafemi's kind of good.
Yeah.
Then the next match, they got their pal Bailey. They all know Bailey.
Yep.
Who's Ruka? They don't know these people. By the time they leave that building, they will know every single NXT talent in their mind. They know who it is. They're good.
And that's why they set this up the way they did. Yeah, no, absolutely. You're right. And for the people in the audience, the people who watch at home, and I'm not sure what they're going to start with, how they're going to do the show. I kind of think you're probably right, though. I think they're probably going to lead it off with this one because you want to have like the big male singles match bookend the show. You know what I mean? And like you said, people know Cody. People aren't going to tune in and be like, when's Cena wrestling? And they see Cody. All right, I'll watch. Especially if you see Oba and then Cody, like, okay.
Yeah, you don't. I 100% agree on this because I think you have to. The people tuning in have to notice somebody right off the bat.
Yes.
Because they're not going to notice AJ Styles, they know, but
not that well. And even Bailey. No, you start this off where Cody and like Cody come out first, I would think. Have him start it where his entrance, because his entrance is big. It's one of those things like people talk about how at WWE's all entrances. I'm like, to the casual, that shit's fun. It's like a concert. People singing, arms out, and that crowd's gonna be hot for Cody at the beginning. Like that's perfect.
It's the way to get it going fast too. I mean, I'm all about the start. I really hope they start with this.
I almost think you have to. You know what I mean? Like you start with this. You could start with the tag match and then go this, but I feel like you start with this and end with Cena. It just makes perfect sense.
I'd rather not. I'd rather start with this. Maybe go tag second, women third.
That's where I was going. That was the order I was going to put these in that I thought too. Because I just feel like you have to start with this, and you have to start because they know that casuals are going to be watching and keeping an eye on it. And so that's what this is. Like, yes, it's for the hardcores too, but they know we're watching. We're all going to be watching. Anybody who cares at all is watching. They're trying to get more people in. Hey, this is what we're about.
Yeah, what they're going to get here is the WrestleMania viewer that only watches once a year.
Yes.
So now they're going to get them.
Right. Or the people I have friends. Well, I mean, they're my friends, but they're all have kids now. We don't talk as much anymore. But like, they would watch the Rumble, Mania, and SummerSlam. Like, those are their three. Maybe Survivor Series, depend. You know what I mean? Maybe here and there of other things, but those were the three that they were for sure going to watch. And this is perfect.
This is something those people are going to watch.
Yep. And Cody's going to make Oba look great. I still think Cody has to win because I feel like if Oba wins, then there's just everybody like he's got to come. I don't know, but we'll see. Either way, Cody knows what he's doing. He's got a wrestling school. He's been in this business his whole life. Like, I don't think there's anybody better for Oba's first real appearance because, Javon's had matches on the main roster and stuff this is going to be Oba's first. This makes perfect sense. I'm excited.
People are going to make a big deal out of the results of these matches, and the results of these matches are the least thing that's important. The least, because they're all been dictated as exhibition, so the results mean nothing.
Cena even used the phrase, and I forget where it was because he's done a bunch of interviews, but he's calling this like non-canon. Like, he's like, this doesn't count, which exhibition doesn't count. Like, these are just, this is just for fun. This is just to show you guys. This is to get the young guys up. Like, you nailed it. He's giving
he
back.
knows. God, he's set this up. So I'm assuming it was his idea. I
really
am.
I feel like you're probably right. I feel like he probably was like, look, I'm going to give you my last year. I'd love to end it like this. However else we get there, you guys decide. You know what I mean? Like this, I think this was what his plan was.
Yeah, because the results mean nothing. Nothing.
No.
Doesn't matter who wins, who loses. They don't care.
No,
I don't care.
No, I don't either. I just feel like if Oba wins, the internet crowd will be stupid. I just, if the main rod, like I think Cody wins this one, makes perfect sense, and then you got the tag match next, where I think that's where you would probably go, like you said, like go the main the titles, and then go with the tag match because these are obviously AJ's a ring general. He's going to be able to lead them through it. But Javon and Leon are the absolute future. Like he might be the now sooner than later. And Leon Slater, the moment that TNA contract's up, we know where he's headed, which is perfect. This will be a lot of fun.
I'm going to be interested to see when they do the announcements for these matches, if they have like a set time limit. Like, they used to have the 15-minute time limit, half-hour time. I'm interested to see if they have them for these matches.
I could see a 20-minute time limit. I could see a 20-minute time limit. That would make a lot of sense.
If they announce it, it'll perk my interest. If they don't announce it, I'm not going to be, I'll let that slide. But
no, and that could be something that you bring up during the pre-show and like say before the matches. I could be okay with that. Have everything at a 20, maybe this one's a 30-minute match because it's a tag match. I don't know, but
because when's the last time we heard that? When's the last time we actually heard that in the announcements?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's been a while, right?
Right? Yeah. No. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. So if they actually did that tomorrow, it would be definitely noticeable.
Right? Use it to your advantage as opposed to like the C2 or whatever. No, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Actually, I hadn't thought of that. That never crossed my mind. I'm down for
we
that.
haven't seen in
seriously.
How long has it been? Years, right?
I mean,
maybe not. I don't know, dude.
I mean, in a WWE match with a time limit, I feel like it's usually like the beat the clock challenges they would do every now and then would be something where you'd get, you know what I mean? Like, but not
speed challenge, but that's it.
Yeah. But that's different. No, this would be something where it's like, no, it's the 20 minutes. Like they can go, like the match can go 12 minutes, but it's only going to go 20. Now, okay.
Like they're putting out a new set for tomorrow too, like a new stage setup or something for Saturday night's main event. So it's going to look different. So if they go old school completely and they start going the first match, the first competitor with a 20-minute time limit, and your main event, a main event with a 60-minute stuff like that, I would go nuts.
Yeah, no, I would be all for that. No, that would really work. I assumed the set was going to be like black and gold, like with this kind of look.
I saw a picture of it earlier and I can't remember what it looked like now.
Okay. No, that makes sense. They always set it up earlier. They know what they're doing. But yeah, this will be fun. This is the one match I could see. Well, maybe I could see in the women's too. I think Cody wins the initial one. I would think that this one, if they have a time limit, I think this would be the match that would go the time limit. You know what I mean? Like that would just be perfect. That would work out well. That's intriguing. I really like that idea. I hope someone's thought of that there. I really do. This match though, I think this one Soul could somehow sneak a win somehow with it because she is so damn over. And this makes a lot of sense of like, if they are going to turn her heel, do it after this, let her be a babyface through this. And also too, Bayley's, she's the new Natalya. She's the player coach on the team. That makes perfect sense. I'm all for this.
Yeah, it's a smart move. So, again, you're gonna pick people that can show off the NXT people, and she's perfect for it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Nope, I'm all for it. And then the final match will be John Cena's last match. Dun dun dun. I'm really excited for this. It'll be fun to watch, but where do they go with this? How do they do it? I mean, I'm sure they'll have there won't be a time limit because it's on. I mean, a time limit for the show. Like, it can go as long as they want to because it's on Peacock and not NBC. Unlike Goldberg's match, people keep thinking it like that. Like, no, that was cut off because it was actual NBC. They still should have.
So you're getting at the end of this thing, you're getting a half-hour tribute from the fans. Maybe not a half hour, 15 minutes.
Right, and I saw that. I did see there's a post show too, so they're going to go into that as well.
Okay, there you go.
So it can bleed over into it, which because that's just smart because you don't know how because it might go that long in the post show. You know, where they might have it where they're doing the post show and he's still in the audience and waving people. And I mean, it's one of those things where if I was in the crowd, I wouldn't leave till I was told. You know what I mean? Like they flashed the lights and kicked me out.
Yeah, this would be the one where I stick around too, actually. I don't normally stick around for stuff, but I could see myself being involved in this one.
I'm usually catching the light rail back home, so I try to get in the train before everybody else. So I'm the guy who I'll pay attention to what the set lists are, know what a band's going to close with, and like during the last chorus, get out the door before everybody else. But I think for this one, I'd want to stay. I mean, this is going to be emotional. It's going to be a hell of a show. It's going to be a hell of a night. I don't know, man. As we approach it, I'm like, oh man, this is gonna.
Yeah, I do not want Cena to lose. I don't.
I think
it would. And he always says he wants to go out looking at the lights, but come on, dude. This is one of those careers where I would like a smile on my face and be happy, not because he not losing.
Yeah, no, and I think that's where I think it's gonna happen. One way or the other, as I think Gunther will have him in like the sleeper hold and like the full on, and Cena will be laying there like on his chest or whatever, and like they lift up the arms, and on the third one it drops, but then he does like the Hogan and he hulks back up and comes back to it, and then either wins or loses right there. But he doesn't give up. Like that's the thing is Cena never gave up. That'll be his thing.
Yeah.
Does he win? And I think him coming back for a win and like shocking Gunther with that, like surprising him with the old man strength works. That makes a lot of sense. And like we said earlier, Gunther can take it. Gunther can lose. He's not going to have a problem. It's Gunther, for God's sake. Like he's got no issues. I just don't know what they're going to do. You know what I mean?
It's not going to matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to him at all.
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's so that would make Cena the fourth person to beat Gunther on the main roster. It's like Sammy, Cody, Jay, and Cena. That's fine. That's still less than 5 people. I think it's still good. Like Gunther still got his, and then
results don't. This is the only match where the result matters. This is it.
Yeah, I give you that.
To me,
I give you that. I say yeah. There's other ones. There's parts of it that makes but they don't really matter, especially to us because we're not part of that. But we're not part of that crowd that's going to buy into it too much. But I get you in this one. I could see Cena losing still and it still being done well and working. And I feel like that's what he wants to do. But I do hope they talk him into winning with it, of that, where Gunther has it. He beats him down, chokes him out, and then Cena hulks back up and gives us that one last Super Cena finish. Because as much as people hate it, yeah, we all loved it too. I don't know.
Everyone that disliked him at the time, everyone that liked him at the time, they've all said the same thing. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, exactly. It's one of those things, like, especially too with after he left, with how bad it was till Vince left. Like, woo, he was like the glue that kept the shit together, man. Because once he left, and then Vince was like, "I'm in charge," and I mean, I straight up saw. I didn't watch wrestling basically from 2016 to 2020. It took the pandemic.
Yeah, a lot of us didn't.
Yeah, and I only came back to watch it because I was like, oh, well, they're doing the Undertaker's last match, so I was like, I'll watch back into that, and then the pandemic happened, and so, but yeah, like, because it was terrible. I hear people all the time talk about 2018 and 19 was a chore because Cena's gone and Vince was in control, but it'll be awesome to see how they go with it. I feel like there's going to be a lot of like moments and callbacks to his career of different points and things where how he hit stuff with it, but I'm excited to see it.
I'm also going to ask for,
cry, but I might cry.
I'm also going to ask for no ref bumps.
I'll give
no
you
running, no run-ins, just a straight match. That's all I want. No shenanigans. Not needed here. I don't want to see it.
Well, and I mean, there's nobody really that would run in to say, you know what I mean? That wouldn't make sense. Like if they did it, yeah. No, because
I want triple. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jake.
No,
go ahead.
I say sometimes even where I don't want to run in, you can see where it could happen and it would make sense. No, it doesn't make any sense here at all. No sense, none.
Right.
There's just
100%.
Right? Yeah, no, you're absolutely and we don't need a ref, unless you're gonna do a ref bump and then immediately Charles Robinson comes bolting.
That one I would take. I would take that. Him speeding down. Yeah, I would take that.
But it's got to be that like almost instantaneously because that's
right.
That's what we always
keep the flow going. Yeah,
yep.
I'd buy that.
Yeah, that's the only one I'm taking if they do it at all. But honestly, I want Charles Robinson reffing from the off. Wow. You know what I mean? Like that's his spot. That's where Charles Robinson belongs. I don't know.
I'm gonna lose you at the end, aren't I? Oh,
what's up? Oh no, we're good.
I thought I lost you at the end there.
Oh no, we're good. Now StreamYard's being weird, but we're good.
Yeah. What I want, my point at the end here before we lose ourselves again.
Yeah.
I just want Triple H to have a talk with John and say, John, listen, man. I know you want to lose,
but
this whole journey has been kind of a shit show. And we need you to win. We want you to win.
You're right,
win, please.
And you said it at the beginning too, where we didn't need it to be like because the Rock and Travis Scott and the heel turn all fizzled out. If that had success, if that had went well, and they'd had that tag match and it was great, whatever, awesome. But we didn't. So now we have to end it on the high note. You're right. You're right. Yeah. I'm totally turned. I'm 100%.
Yeah. If you don't have, if that whole thing didn't turn out the way it did, and maybe the way it should have, it's
right.
It'd be different. But
right. If
we need to win after being thrown through that pane of glass.
Yeah, and having Travis, if we'd have gotten, even if we'd have gotten like Cena and Travis Scott versus Cody and Roman or something, I don't know, just what, or Cody and something, but we didn't, and it didn't pan out, and nobody wanted the heel turn, and that poor Belgian kid got screamed at. They brought him back, it all worked out, but I'm fully sold on this. I do want Cena to win, and I think it'll be a great emotional moment. It'll be a great thing to look back on, because if he loses, it'll make sense or whatever, but in 5 years, are we going to look back at it being this amazing thing? Probably not.
Because I'd rather at the ending, I'd rather see Gunther shake Cena's hand rather than Cena shaking Gunther's hand.
I give you I'm 100% with that. No,
that's how it should come. Yeah. That's how that should come to an end.
I'm 100% with that. Yes. Yep. No, that's it. I think that's the best way to do it. I think it's the best way for everybody involved. I think it ends. Because this last year, it's like a match. It's had its ups, it's had its downs, but if it ends with a great finish, we'll all go home happy, and that's the way to do it. No, I'm sold. I'm sold on that.
19,000 people paying top dollar.
Woo!
They want
top dollar.
I mean, you can't go home.
Top. The top.
You're bringing your kid to this event. You're bringing your children.
Yeah.
Your older kid to the event that you know, like my son's almost your age, not a little younger, but. If I took him to this, it was a nostalgia thing for a father and son, and he lost. God dang it, I'd be mad.
Yeah, no, you don't want that ending. You don't want that. No, it's not with how it's all gone. This needs to end. We need to end this on a high note. Like Vince used to talk about the house shows. Send them home happy. There's not going to be a dark match main event to do that. That's what this is.
Happy, please.
Send them home happy. Then people will watch the post show where you can put over all the NXT people. They can all come out and get a little interview, and then he can come out at the end there. Yes, I'm sold on all of this. This makes.
I'd almost be so bold to say if he lost, like people would be mad, and I'd turn off the TV and go outside. I'd be kind of upset. If he wins, I'm sticking around the broadcast. I'm gonna be in a good mood. Like everyone's gonna be happy. You know what I mean?
I would be okay with it, but I fully agree with you that other people would be pissed. And honestly, I say it now, but in the moment, I might not be. Yeah, no, I feel like you've got to do that. This needs to. We all need to have this moment here. It's been. I
want to cry happy tears, Jake. I want to cry happy tears, not sad tears. I want to clap.
Yeah, no, I want to like when Cody beat Roman and they finally did it. Like, yes, this is what I want. Yeah,
I want to be the guy that starts the crowd off in every '80s movie.
Yes, the slow clap.
Yeah, I want to be that guy.
Yeah, the slow clap. The slow clap. That's the yes. Yeah, no, I think that's a good way
Awesome.
for us to end the show on this. That's a good note. I like that. No, we'll slow clap our way out of here. But yeah, we will be back on X on my account at AltJakeTakesOn Sunday night, 8:05 p.m. Eastern to either therapy session everybody through Cena's last match or just rejoice in the glory of it. We'll talk all about it there. We're back here live on YouTube at 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday on Thursday. This one for sure. I know the next one's on Christmas Day, so we'll have to figure out our time for that. I'm not sure what my family does. Might be a late episode on that Thursday or whatever, but we'll be back for this Thursday at least, though, for the Manchester Dynamite review, which at least we don't have to be 3 hours. We can do 2 hours because it's a 3-hour show. I feel like that's only going to have to be 2 hours too. We don't have to do the whole thing of it. A big shout out to the Toonie Talk Wrestling gang for bringing me onto their episode this past Tuesday. If you guys haven't checked that out, go listen to there. Although they were at like 1,500 views last I saw of that. So awesome. I hope people come over and like and subscribe our stuff. I was trying to make people laugh. It was fun though. They were great guys as always. So I was happy to join them. I hope I can be back again soon.
And in case you guys care, tomorrow night, This Is Awful. It'll be around 11 o'clock probably.
They're going to go
on the Awful Wrestling channel.
Yeah, they said they're going to just try to go after the Cena match is what they're planning to do. I forgot about that. Thank you. Good reminder. So yeah, the Awful Wrestling channel. If you have both their channels, I put them in our description under follow our friends. So go make sure you guys do. Thanks everybody for listening. We will catch you next time. Peace, everybody. Thank you, Cena.
We appreciate you making it to the end of the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.